One of the scriptures for this year's Easter selection is from the book of Jeremiah. The people of Jeremiah's time were going through trauma. Jeremiah was frustrated with their behavior for many chapters, but ultimately his tone changes and he prophesies God's promise that they will be built back up from the devastation that they've endured. They will again feel joy, and they will begin to plan for the future again, planting vineyards on the hills, even in the midst of exile and pain. Hear these words of promise. At that time, declares the Lord, I'll be the God of all the families of Israel, and they will be my people. The Lord proclaims, the people who survived the sword found grace in the wilderness, as Israel searched for a place of rest. The Lord appeared to them from a distance. I have loved you with a love that lasts forever, and so with unfailing love, I have drawn you to myself. Again, I will build you up, and you will be rebuilt, Virgin Israel. Again, you'll play your tambourines and dance with joy. Again, you will plant vineyards on the hills of Samaria. Farmers will plant and then enjoy the harvests. The time will come when the watchmen shout from the highlands of Ephraim, get ready, we're going up to Zion, to the Lord our God. Jeremiah 31, 1 through 6. In the account of the resurrection of the Gospel of Matthew, after the stone is rolled away from the tomb, the angel sits on the stone and gives the women this message: do not be afraid. Throughout the season of Easter, we invite you to use a worry stone, which is a stone you carry about with you to rub when you're feeling anxious or worried. We encourage you to find a stone and paint or draw a heart on it. It will remind you of this angel's message, which Jesus then repeats: do not be afraid. Hear this wonderful message now from Matthew 28, 1 through 10. After the Sabbath, at dawn on the first day of the week, Mary Magdalene and the other Mary came to look at the tomb. Look, there was a great earthquake, for an angel from the Lord came down from heaven. Coming to the stone, he rolled it away and he sat on it. Now his face was like lightning and his clothes as white as snow. The guards were so terrified of him that they shook with fear and became like dead men. But the angel said to them, do not be afraid. I know that you're looking for Jesus who was crucified. He isn't here because he's been raised from the dead, just as he said. Come see this place where they laid him. Now hurry, go and tell his disciples, he's been raised from the dead. He's going on ahead of you to Galilee. You will see him there. I've given the message to you. With great fear and excitement, they hurried away from the tomb and ran to tell the disciples. But Jesus met them and greeted them. They came and grabbed his feet, and they worshiped him. Then Jesus said to them, don't be afraid. Go and tell my brothers that I'm going into Galilee, and they will see me there. Amen.
You came from heaven to earth to show the way, from the earth to the cross, my debt to pay, from the cross to the grave, from the grave to the sky. Lord, I lift your name on high.